Girl, let me tell you something.
What?
So I'm strolling on Instagram, and I love me some Instagram from time to time, even though I have a love-hate relationship with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a meme that said, Black trivia. If someone says they around the corner, how far are they?
5 to 10 minutes away, maybe 15.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, more so 15, 20. I can bet you. Why do we say that? Like, why do we say? And then I saw another meme that was like, okay, you know how you have the stack of cups. Why do Black people go to the
Oh, I
middle
saw that. Oh, that's me. First of all, I
and
do
place?
that
Me too.
any and everywhere I go because you don't know who touched the top. You don't know who nasty hands touched the rim of the. So the bottom is going to be the top of the cup, right?
But see, my thing is, if everybody thinking the same, then really the one that's on the bottom is either the one that's on the bottom or the one that's on the top is the cleanest because ain't
Well,
nobody
that's all
getting
right.
those.
We just playing Russian roulette with the cups and the plates
Listen,
and
but
whatever.
I
So
do it. I don't
I still
understand
wipe
why
the
we.
rim around it.
Of course, well, I rinse the cup out, but
Yeah,
I just don't understand why we do that. And
because we don't
another
like
one that
germs.
I'm very guilty of doing. When I put my food in the microwave, instead of putting 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I hit
See, y'all
start,
people
start,
irk
start,
me.
start, start.
Y'all people irk
I do.
me. I have to press the 2 or the 3 because you know the 1, 2, 3 you could just press it and it'll be like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. But I don't do them 30 seconds unless I want 2.5 minutes. I'll press the 2 and then I'll press the 30 seconds. Why y'all do that? Why y'all?
You're so politically correct.
I
Oh,
am.
nope. I'm going to keep hitting 30 seconds, even if I'm going to 5 minutes. Let me keep hitting 30 seconds. Yeah, I do that. I don't know why I do that. I think this shit is weird. But you know what?
It
Now that
is
I know that
weird.
I'm not the only person that do that, I think it's just a cultural thing. I'm good
Yeah.
now.
You know what? I saw another guy on Instagram. I think he goes by Too Cool Chef. Like he's a real popular black chef.
Okay.
And he did like a little Instagram post and he put I think he put on the microwave for like 5 to 6 minutes, but he was pressing 30 seconds the whole time. And he was just, I don't know, he had some crazy caption like this how I do it or whatever the case. I'm like, why niggas gotta be like, why black people gotta be like this?
Why we? Because we special. We so
We are a
special.
special group of
We so
people.
special. So special. We
Hey,
are a special
hey.
people. I just love being black. I love my black people. Even when we come with the videos of you about to lose your job,
Hey,
you about to
hey.
lose your job because you is detaining me for nothing. Which I didn't know is she knew a big word, detaining. Fuck what y'all
Wait,
talking about.
don't do her like that.
Huh, huh.
Don't do her
Her
like
stomach might have
that.
been out. She might
I'm
have
done
been.
with you.
She might have been looking crazy. But what y'all ain't gonna say is she not a little educated. Okay. Okay.
She said, well, she know her rights. She
She
said,
know
you
that
are
she was
detaining
being
me for no
detained.
reason. For no reason. And you were about to lose your job.
Hey, you about to lose your job because you
You
are
ready to get
this
started, girl?
girl. Let's get
Two dope girls, yeah, it's a podcast. Two dope girls, yeah, we speaking all facts. Two dope girls, yeah, we got it, just relax. Two dope girls, hit like, subscribe that. Two dope girls, and we on it, never slack. Two dope girls, and we got each other back. Two dope girls, and we coming for the cash.
Two dope girls, and we all about a bag.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back to Two Dope Girls. I am Grace.
I'm LaDonna and welcome to episode 20.
It's 19. It's
Is it
19.
19? No, it's 20.
19. Wait.
20. Last week was
Hold on.
19.
Let me look at the. I think it might be 20. You might be right. I apologize.
Yes, come on. Yes, thank you. And huh?
20.
Girl, we at episode 20. We are getting up there like
Excited.
consistency.
Look, I was telling Allison, I know you told me you had ran into Allison, but I was telling Allison because she had commented on a video that I had posted or something I had posted on IG. And
Mm-hmm.
she said consistency. And I was like, girl, that has been on my vision board. It's right in the center, the word
Mm-hmm.
consistency. So I was like, I am
Yeah.
going to be intentional about being consistent this year.
That's it. That's it, girl.
Right.
What was your week like?
Oh,
What'd you
look,
do?
my week was, I started working back out again.
I saw.
I am really trying to be consistent. I'm going to do 4 to 5 days a week. I said 5. That's hard though. Is it?
Sometimes your body just needs something. Some weeks you like, you know what? I'm gonna just go. I can do
Yeah.
it. And some weeks you like, oh, my body is tired. I gotta rest.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do 4 to 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Eat clean those 4 to 5 days and probably treat myself to something. I don't eat meat. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever I treat myself to, it's not going to be too terrible. But look, I got my fruit, I got
I
my
see.
pineapples, I got my bananas, I got some apples, I got grapefruit, I got everything. So I'm ready to go. Um, what else? Work. Oh, and I know you asked me about this Band-Aid on my
Yeah.
arm.
Why do you
So
have?
Warren and I actually had a chance to go get vaccinated today.
Oh, good.
Yes. So I was a little apprehensive, you guys, about initially getting the vaccination, but I know plenty of people who've done it. My parents have done it. My brother, he's done it. I've done my research, so I've done my due diligence. I've looked at all of the risk involved, but I'm like, you know what? I get what they've done to us historically as Black people, but like I've told a few people, like the risk is just far too greater for the whole entire population to be compromised. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I think they just want to go ahead and eradicate this the best they can. So that made me not apprehensive about getting the vaccine this time. So we went today and then we go back on the 26th to get our second one, which is good because I'm going to be traveling for the
Oh yeah, you
the
going to?
weekend after.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to make me feel more comfortable. It's going to make me feel just more at ease, especially because
Right.
the place I'm traveling to has lifted their mask mandates.
Girl. Oh my
Texas.
God. What in the freak is Texas thinking? Like,
Girl, but we right behind them here in Alabama. At least
I
Kay
hope
Ivy is giving us a month, but I honestly feel like, what's the purpose of saying I'm gonna lift the mask ban,
not.
but I still want you to wear your mask? It's like you're trying to, I guess, be defiant about
I
who's
don't
in
think it.
office now.
Yeah, but I think what she's trying to do is appease everybody. If you
Yeah,
want to wear your mask, you wear your mask. If you don't want to wear it, then you're putting your life on the line. But the problem about that is that people that don't care about their life, they're putting also our lives on the line by not wearing a mask.
right,
So
right.
it's not a win-win in that
It's not a
situation.
win-win, but we did get our vaccination. I feel good. Warren feels good. Only thing I have is like soreness in my arm,
Yeah.
and that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. As long as I
Yeah.
don't, I'm not a part of the statistic, I can feel more comfortable. And then we can feel more comfortable when we are
Yes.
in
Yes.
person. So how about you? Like, how do you feel about the vaccination? I know we're talking about the week, but I still want to ask, like, how
Yeah, no, I'm on a waiting list now to get mine. So
you on UAB waiting list?
so
I drove 2 hours for us to get our vaccination. I got on
yeah,
UAB's waiting list, but I was like, I think because I have so much stuff going on and I want to kind of keep the wheels going with things. And I know
yeah,
we're going to eventually have to be in front of people in person. I just want to make sure that I feel more comfortable by being vaccinated,
right.
but still
I
protecting
agree.
myself wearing a mask.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Definitely. Yeah, once I hear something from someone, I will definitely be, in the number to get my vaccination. Definitely wanted my parents to get their vaccination, but my mom just had a surgery, so we're kind
Yeah.
of trying to get her a little bit more stronger before she takes those vaccine. So yeah, but girl, I'm right there with you. Like, I get it. I have a couple of doctor best friends, and they're like all about it. So I trust them. I trust the process, and I'm all I'm gonna do is pray over me, pray over it, and keep.
Yes, exactly. You just have to be faithful and prayerful, and just know that things are going to work out for the best, because the Dr. Jamie, who we know in common, she's had it. She's had her second dose, and she said she's fine. And when we hung out with her, she seemed fine. So
Yeah,
I just trust the better judgment of those who know more than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to do my research, and I encourage you guys to do your research, but
Absolutely.
just go with what you know, go with your instinct. And if it's for you, then I encourage you guys to go ahead and do it. But you were talking about me in the gym. I saw you getting fit mama fine. What was the hashtag, or what was the thing that you saying? Oh,
Hot wife summer.
hot wife summer, hot wife summer.
Hot wife summer, honey. We can't have a hot girl summer, but we can have a hot wife summer.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to be in the number. Okay. I'm just trying to have a hot white summer. Like, get on board. No, for real. You know, I've been telling you that I was trying to get back into the gym.
Yeah.
Well, today was the first day of me being consistent again, because I'm usually very consistent when it comes to working out. So I really haven't been feeling myself, but I was just so happy and, you know, joyous today after I finished at the gym. I put like my worship music on, and I was just like, da, 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 you know. Look, so I definitely felt better.
Like going back to the gym after you've been out for a few weeks, it's hard getting you there, but once you're there, the first day I spent like an hour and a half in the gym, and I was like, okay. The second day I spent an hour and a half, and I was like really bummed out that I couldn't go this morning because we had to drive to go get the vaccination. And I was like, well, I wonder if I can go after the podcast. I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not going after the podcast. I'll go Saturday morning.
Yep. That's
and then I'm gonna start boxing on the 20th.
I know. We talked about that, and I'm trying to be in that number with you. I love boxing. Like, I love it. I remember when Angela Simmons used to do it, when she used to really show her workouts. She used to be really consistent in doing her boxing workouts, and I loved it. Honestly, I used to would not mind like being a boxer. Like,
you know what? I always thought about that, but my whole thing is I will go crazy if somebody touch me in my face. I'm sorry. If you get close,
that's the point.
Right.
That's the point. But yeah, it's a great cardio workout. It's a great cardio workout.
But it's also a good like mental and physical release of anything you're going through. If you're feeling frustrated, it's a good physical release so you can like punch. But if you're feeling like mentally drained, I think it's a good way to like exercise and like just free yourself of whatever stresses you're going through. So I like it.
Yep. So I'm glad to be back, girl. I'm glad. Do we have any hot topics?
We're gonna have to do a weekly check-in with each other to make sure that we stay committed to our workout,
accountability,
and our other endeavors, because we are doing our YouTube, you guys. So I am doing Style and Grace. You can find my YouTube and my IG bio, and LaDonna is doing Olivia Sky.
Yes, it should be out. My first episode should be out next week. So I'm so nervous and so excited at the same time.
You shouldn't be nervous.
I should definitely be nervous.
I told Warren today, and we were listening to a certain somebody who used to be the leader of some free world that, you know, I don't even recognize anymore. But it's like, if that individual can have a following, I guarantee you, whatever you do, especially if it's positive, you will have a following. They just have to find you. So just wait on it. So that's the same thing I'm saying to you or anyone else that's trying to embark into a new endeavor. It's like, just be patient. It's going to come. The people will find you. I do want to go ahead, and it seems like every week we have to do this. Give our condolences.
Girl.
And rest in peace or rest in heaven. You know who I'm talking about.
I wonder, are you talking about the same person I was going to? Because Girl, I am
Yes, I've been
lyric.
following
I've been
her.
following. I've been
Following
following
her
lyric.
yeah.
I've been like, yeah, I've been
Today.
praying for her. And she was so on my mind today. Oh my gosh, she was. I just said, I was like contemplating in my mind, like, Lord, I know she miserable. I know she, just
Tired. It looked like she was just tired.
yeah, just tired.
Mm.
But her mom wants her to. I'm a mom. I want her to just. I know you can do it. Like, if can't nobody else do it, guy,
My
you
baby.
can do it. Like,
Yes, yes,
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? Like, I need you to pull out a miracle over here. And I'm like, my God, I was telling my sister, I got so impatient with Parker. And then I found out about that. And I just kind of started to tear up because I'm like, my God, I have my baby here, and she's healthy. She's disobedient sometimes, but she's healthy.
It's like you want a 1-2? What?
I about did today.
Her.
1-2 that is, girls. Woo, Jesus. But I just for real, like it just, I don't know. I was sick today. Once I heard that, I think my head started hurting and everything. It's almost like you kind of like indulge your life into them, you know what I mean? Because you start praying for them. It's like you almost take on some of that hurt, take on some of that grief. So yeah.
Like you say, you internalize their pain and their hurt because you don't know what to do. You just feel so helpless. So
Like you
feel
insert yourself into their life, and it's crazy how that happens. But I do like the fact that you had a lot of celebrities, just kind of stepping up and kind of being that rock for the family. They would go and see some of the gospel artists would go and see lyric and just try to be uplifting. And that's what being a role model is about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good making good music and making a dope film or whatever, but when you are able to reach out in the community and be of service to somebody else, man,
that's a good thing. And you know what? I saw when her mom had posted, because at first I saw when T.I. had reposted what her mom had posted to for everybody to pray for her. And I learned a long time ago. It's like you pray for God's will and you pray for God to hold the family for whatever will happen. If she survived it, that would have been a miracle for them to speak of. But if she didn't, you just always pray for his will to be done and for the family to be healed.
Man, that is hard. That's a hard prayer. I don't care what
It
nobody says.
is. I know.
I done been in prayer I have been in prayer a couple of times and started to say, Lord, let your will be done, and almost choked. Because sometimes his will is not our will.
Yes.
And then we be like, oh my God.
We want the dramatic special ending. But
And
that's just not how how it's supposed to go. And we
just have to know that, everything he does is for our good. But condolences to
her.
Lyric Chanel
She is no
family.
longer suffering, and blessings to her family for sure.
Man, she was such a beautiful girl. Yeah, we definitely have to get off of that. Another good thing that has happened. I don't know how, I kind of have mixed feelings about it because I am a Coming to America fan. Like the first I can watch it over and over and over and over and over again. So
it's a Black classic. It's like a cult classic.
Yes, like it's one of those like you shouldn't remake. But I mean, Friday was remade and it was good. Now it kept going and it wasn't so good, but
nothing
trumps the first Friday.
Trumps
the first one.
Overshadows. I don't like to use that word.
Yeah.
Ever overshadows like the first like hit movie.
That's true.
Can you think of a remake for Baps?
I could.
You could. Would it be good though?
Now, no, because Niecy's dead.
Yeah. No. See?
So now that I just don't feel like they could do it, but I really feel like somebody could have made Babs really good. Like Tiana Taylor could have played Halle Berry's part, like her daughter or something.
Taylor could play any part she wants to.
Yeah.
Any part.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it could have been good, but
What do you think about the lineup for Coming to America? Have you seen it yet or no?
I have not seen it yet. I thought it came out today, but
I watched it last night with school. Well, I watched the first 10 minutes and then I fell asleep because it just didn't interest me.
Really? Okay, so I'm going to give it a chance because I really like the cast that's in it. Tiana Taylor is in it. I love me some Tiana Taylor.
They have the all-star of all stars of Black cast. Now,
but
like I said, I fell asleep in the first 10 minutes. That does not mean that the movie is not good, but it didn't hold my interest. It did not have me feeling like, ooh, like I'm about to make myself sit up and watch this movie.
Right. Yeah. I want to watch it. I'm gonna see when my movie partner is available, to sit and watch it with me. But yeah, I'm excited about it because I love Coming to America. And then you still have Eddie Murphy, you still have Arsenio Hall, you still have these greats that made the movie. So I couldn't see where
extra greats that are in the movie.
Yes, I couldn't see where it could go wrong, but
you can just put a little bit too much sauce on something and it's just like it just ruins the whole meal.
Sometimes you can scrape the sauce off though, and then still it be okay.
But then you don't have the look. You know how you want your food to come to you looking aesthetically
be right. You want it to be right.
And you just don't stop. I don't want to stop to push the sauce to the side.
Yeah. I'm gonna see. We're gonna have to talk about it next week. So both of us can watch it fully. Did you have something else?
Yeah, look, I
got something I want to talk about, but I want you to go ahead again.
Look, I don't know if you heard of, I think her name is Shanya Robinson. She's a 17-year-old girl from Philly, and she received over $1 million in scholarships at 20 schools. Black girl.
That's amazing.
I just wanted to shout her out. Such a dope thing. And she received $1,074,260 to be exact in scholarship money. So
that is amazing.
Yeah,
that's every parent's dream.
First of all, I wonder if she could just scoot a little bit over this way so she could send to Navient, formerly known as Sally Mae, to go ahead and get rid of my school.
Right.
I wish I would have had the know.
Or send it to Warren.
Hello.
Let him,
I really wish they could do that.
I will go get my doctorate.
They can give their scholarship money. First of all, that's a drop in the bucket to some of these schools.
Yes.
Their endowment, especially like Harvard and Yale and all this, they have endowments that will never, ever, ever break the schools.
Well, what schools did the scholarships come from? Not sure.
Single one that you can think of. I mean, it was 20 schools, so I'm sure there probably was some HBCUs in there. I didn't see the list.
Ivy League. I was wondering, was it like?
I'm sure she had some Ivy League in there. Yeah. But you know what? The sad
either way
is $1 million. That's pretty much her college education right there.
That's sad.
The college costs in this country.
That's sad.
That is terrible. Warren and I was having a conversation about that on the way to getting the vaccine, and we were just talking about how this country just wastes money, and they'll print money for whatever they want to print it for. But when it comes to taking care of the people that they really need to take care of,
now what they can do is print my $1,400 with this stimulus relief, but what's crazy is, I know I just went off on a tangent, like went totally the other way, but I really thought that this was going to take a long time, but they're really like getting on this this stimulus relief or this pandemic relief.
Right.
And the way it's going it looks like it may pass
now.
I
want my money now.
I want my money now too.
You know
what? And I think it's gonna be like $1,400 per person. Is it $1,400 per person or for?
I think it's per household, so it ain't even per person.
I don't think it's per household. I'm gonna have to check on that. I'm gonna have to. I'll have that for the listeners.
It might not be. I think it's $1,400 per person. You know what?
Mhm.
I don't even remember what we got last time.
I think it's per person, but whatever it is, it can come into my bank account. I'll take it.
Being a little selfish, but I know there are people out there who actually really need this money.
Right.
So I just really hope that they go ahead and make the decisions that they need to make and get it done with, so people can go ahead and live their lives and have their livelihood.
Right.
Get
I agree.
for the
I
money.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You bring up normalcy. That's fun. That's a funny word that you brought up. What's not normal is Chris on this damn married at first sight. Girl, like, what did he think he was going to get out of bringing his ex-fiance / mother of his child? That's what he say. Nigga, that's your baby mama. Anyways, what did he think he was going to get out of that conversation, bringing her in front of Paige? Mind you, as two Black educated women, they did very... Huh?
I said you just went into it. You going in on Chris.
Listen, I just want to like upside his head. Like, what are you thinking? What do you like? Who raised you? You know what? His daddy.
Paige.
Yeah,
You said
that's where he get it from.
His daddy a little creepy to me.
Mm-hmm.
He was eyeing Paige down a little bit too hard.
He was. You are so gorgeous. You're so beautiful.
Yeah,
if that was his wife. Yes, he nasty.
Father-in-law I would be like, I'm never going over.
Ever. if I do, I'll be in a nun suit. Cause it's just, he just was attracted to her butt. He just saw her butt.
Yeah, he really on the body. But honestly, I appreciate Paige for how she handles herself.
Yes.
At that age, would I have handled myself? Even at this age, yes. But at that age, I really wish she would have had cussed him out just a little bit. But I really loved her interaction with the girl who was pregnant.
Yes. Yeah. And I like the interaction that the girl that was pregnant, that she gave Paige as well. It was very warm and understanding on both of their sides.
But I think it really took a turn, and she was more warm and understanding and welcoming when
she figured out how Chris was playing the situation.
Right there, because when Paige was like, I also, her in that little monotone voice,
I know.
I also had a pregnancy scare. And she was like, when they did that dramatic music, she looked at him like, oh, word, you sleeping with her too? I don't know. I kind of think that she was on that a little bit. I ain't gonna speculate for real because I don't know these people, but oh no.
Who, you talking about Paige?
No, I think the baby mom was in on it a little bit. Something like just something kind of
something ain't right. Yeah, something ain't right. Some of the milk ain't clean.
It ain't clean, and I don't know what's going on. I don't want to speculate, but at the same time, I was glad that they too, as Black women, came to an understanding. It ain't me.
It's that nigga.
It's
period. Right. Yeah. That's all right. I'll keep watching though.
I'm gonna say that's what I'm gonna say too. I want to see this train wreck.
Keep watching though.
That's so funny. Look, so we about to get into our
yes. We have a little treat for you guys today.
We
got here Mr. Doc, Mr. Permission to Speak podcast. We just did his podcast on Monday and he's returning the favor today. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Doc.
Man, just your typical 34-year-old man. I'm single, so I'm just
he said that first. I'm single.
I mean, just a hard worker, man. Just like everybody else trying to get it, trying to do a little side hustle here and just trying to be a productive citizen, man.
Tell me about your podcast though.
Oh, my podcast, Permission to Speak, which has been on for like a couple months now. I mean, just a place. I started it for a place for small business owners, entrepreneurs, just anybody in the community trying to push the culture forward. If you got anything to say, if you got, just speaking on stuff that's going on, you got a place at my show. And like I said, for the small business owners and entrepreneurs, I just feel like there's only so much that you can just say on social media. You know, you can just keep putting stuff, but when people get a feel for you, they know your story, they know your grind. You know, and it make them more, you know, make them more willing to shop with you. You know, and they know what you got going on. You know, because a lot of people get overlooked on social media. Maybe they're not got the followers that like everybody else got, but you know, this your place right here. Holla at me.
There you go. Permission to speak.
Yes, but he also has a beard oil.
Yeah, I got a beard oil, so all organic, you know, and it's made by me. I don't shortcut it. It smells pretty good and it's selling pretty good. So we got a beard. I got do-rags also.
I mean, did you cut some of your beard off?
Yeah, I trimmed it.
Okay,
down.
okay. I was gonna say it's usually like thicker. I was about to say that ladies and gentlemen, you could tell from his beard because it's very like thick and moist. Yes, it's very, you know, nice. Yes. But yeah,
let's be real now. Some of that is hereditary because some people just had a little
BB.
Yeah, but my cell pitch on the board is not so much of growth. You know, like if you're gonna grow it, like take care of it. Don't have it all, you know what I'm saying, just dry and hard, and you know, put some conditioning, man.
You gotta take care of it like you taking care of your hair on your head.
Exactly. Some people don't take care of the hair on their head though. That's the problem.
Exactly.
I'm guilty of that sometimes. I can't.
I mean, you're not guilty of that.
Yeah, man, wash your beard and get some beard shampoo, get all that, do you know, take it, man, get it smelling good and stuff.
So do you have beard shampoo?
Nah, I ain't got into the shampoo yet. Like that's a process right there.
Okay, yeah. You got to go into the testing phase and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but I tell them what I use, you know, or just, you know, my experience with different ones.
Okay, so Permission to Speak podcast. You have to ask us now for permission. We're gonna play a game with you.
I got permission to speak.
Hey, you're gonna have permission to either answer these questions or take a drink. So we're gonna play. Tell them what we're gonna play, LaDonna.
We're gonna play our version of Truth or Dare. When the last time you played Truth or Dare?
Man,
it's been a minute, right?
About 14.
So you get to choose whether you want to tell the truth about the question or take my dare. Or if you take the dare and you choose not to do it, you're drinking.
Blink, blink.
If you get the truth and you plead the fifth, you're drinking. Very simple.
Double cross.
Oh, either tell the truth or drink, take the dare or drink.
Yep.
So you want to go first, LaDonna?
Sure. Truth or dare? Doc, which one are you going to choose?
True.
Okay, true. When was the last time you watched porn?
Probably about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so you're open with that. You don't mind telling the people when you were.
What kind?
Yeah, what was the category?
Ebony.
That's a broad umbrella. Like big booty ebony, big
I get
ebony.
I mean,
I get it.
Hey, but disclaimer, I'm not a big porn watcher. You know,
Okay.
Like I'd rather watch a porn with another female. I don't just watch porn and you know, masturbate and stuff like that. Like I watch porn even when I'm pre-game before I'm getting ready. You know, if she want to watch it too. But I'm not a big porn dude. I don't know all the porn stars' names and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's so fun. So do you have an OnlyFans?
Nah.
Not you personally, but do you have a subscription? No subscription? Okay.
That's shit. I see enough like just scrolling through Twitter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Twitter got a whole porn section on its own.
Yeah, you follow the right page, you just see some stuff, you just pop up on some stuff. Pretty good too.
That's how I found that trace. That trace song.
That is so funny. And she was talking about, I was like, wait, send it to me.
I sent it to her. She was like,
Don't he got an OnlyFans?
He should.
He said he does. I don't know. He should.
Definitely.
Hell no.
All right, Doc, truth or dare?
I'm the truth, man. Y'all.
You know what I want?
You got a truth question for him?
I dare next time.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Grace.
Okay. Who's the last person you said I love you to? You need to answer it or you can drink.
Oh, my daughter. I tell her that every day.
I don't like that. I mean, I love
gotta
that.
be more specific.
I love that. Who's the last woman, not female, romantic partner you said I love you to? How about that?
Oh, I got to drink.
Okay, take a look. I thought that was going to make you drink when you said my daughter. I'm like, that's cute or whatever, but I'm
look, I answered it, so I got to take half a shot.
I will let you take a half a shot.
Yeah. We want you to get through the rest of the podcast.
There it is right there. Y'all see it.
Okay.
Straight hand. I'm gonna keep the top off because I'm gonna have to drink again.
Wait, Grace, we got another word. Scrape.
So it's
beautiful and scrape.
You beautiful. I straight up tell you beautiful.
Look, don't y'all tell them, let them catch on.
Right. Y'all get it. You get it. When you get it, let us know.
When you get it, when you get it, you'll get it. That's it.
All right, Doc. Truth or dare?
Dare.
Okay. I dare you to do a freestyle rap for the next 30 seconds.
For the next 30 seconds?
30 seconds, that's long.
That's long? Okay, 15.
15.
Yeah.
Wait, let me know so I can start. If you're going to do it, I'm going to start the timer.
I'm glad I took that shot first.
I know, right?
Two dope girls, yeah, this is a podcast.
Hey.
Yeah, and listen to Permission to Speak and rest and some. 10 seconds up here?
No.
You got 4 seconds.
4 seconds and I'm out of here. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely get you to keep your day job.
That was absolutely terrible, but
you're a good sport, and we love a good sport
for doing it. So you know what? I'm gonna take a little sip for you because you did a good job.
You know what?
A terribly good job.
See, I like how you. What y'all sipping on?
I am sipping on some good old Woodford Reserve.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's about as
VSOP and it's burning my chest.
All of us sipping neat. So just FYI.
Yes, we are.
All right, Doc. Truth or dare?
I don't know. Y'all dare's kind of rough. Like I might just rather tell the truth.
Go ahead. You can do it.
I'm gonna do dare again. I'm gonna balance it out. I already got two truths.
Okay. I dare you to sing the chorus of your favorite R&B song.
Hey, that's a good one. Man. Oh, okay. I don't want to sing.
That's the thing.
He was getting ready. I'm like, is he about to sing?
I'm ready.
Tell me again.
Hey.
We be lovers and friends. Yeah. Oh, it's a good look, baby.
So for you guys who don't know and can't interpret that, that is Usher, Lovers and Friends.
I know y'all heard I killed that.
You killed it. You did a good job.
You murdered it. All right.
Literally.
Okay, Doc, truth or dare?
True.
Okay. Have you ever taken drugs to enhance your sexual performance?
Never.
Ever.
Not
even like the little drugstore pills that you get at the
Rhinos?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they call. I ain't never had
the fact that you knew.
Everybody be talking about them.
I think every guy.
Probably knows. They probably look, right? I'm sure y'all look at them like, that shit.
I walk up, I be like, that shit ain't safe. Like I just
I say the same thing. Like if you could get it from the gas station, it ain't legit.
I know a couple guys that took them though. They like, I mean, it's the Rhinos that I heard about. They like, yeah, they going hard.
You never thought to try it?
No.
So what does the Rhino do? Like, how does it?
I guess it's like a baby Viagra or something.
I was about to say, if it's called a rhino, I would think it kind of makes you hard and gives you stamina because a rhino is like big and strong. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a penis, but
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Truth or dare?
There.
I dare you to read the last message from a girl that you like. A woman, because you're a man. A woman
Yeah, I
that
like
you
it.
that you actually, or is
You're
attracted
interested
to.
in.
Yeah, that you're interested. Great
That you
word.
entertain. How about that?
Yes.
Are you ready for it now?
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sip to that.
She could be asking about if you ready for the band-aid.
Yeah, it ain't what y'all think it is.
Whatever. Tell us anything.
Okay. How many more you got, LaDonna?
Oh, whatever.
Okay, we'll do 3 more with you.
Okay.
Okay, Doc. Truth or dare?
There.
There. Okay. Let me
ahead.
ask him.
Okay, go ahead.
I dare you to read the last DM you got from a female.
On which social network?
IG.
On IG. Yeah.
My IG like boring as hell.
Oh, well,
Okay,
Facebook.
on your most popular
Oh, man, why I say that for?
Your most popular one, whatever one you're more active on.
Yeah, it probably.
Because I like to ask people to read their DMs.
I'm doing this shit like a fool.
We don't know who she is.
Yeah. She may know who she is.
Right, but
we don't
you're
know.
not putting her out. Right.
No, I ain't reading that one.
Drink.
He said, read it. Nobody knows.
All right. I seen you look at me this weekend at the club. Was it because why didn't you speak? Was it because I was with my cousin?
Oh, why you ain't speak?
Why you didn't speak?
Actually, I don't really know her. So I only saw I only saw her on Facebook, So I was really just chilling. I was really I shouldn't even been in the club. So I was really just like
I have
chilling.
been, that's gonna be my next question.
Yeah, I was chilling like in a little open spot. So I didn't want to go up in the crowd. So I was really just sitting back.
So this is somebody you know on social media.
Yeah, we friends on social media.
So she just felt like she was so comfortable to be like, why you ain't hollering at me?
I guess
but that's our way of being, that's our flirtatious, that's our first, to get at him and, and being flirtatious with it. Like, I know you saw me. Like, why you ain't speak?
Yeah, I didn't want to just be, just obvious walk across the club, and meet you in the club, right now. I don't think it's
right.
Yeah.
I get it.
My name is such.
That's not the time or the place for real. Especially during this time, COVID, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Truth or dare. We're going to do 2 more.
Well, time for the truth, I guess.
Okay. What is the nastiest thing you've done in bed?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't think it's nastier than anybody else done.
Don't spare the details.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know. I've been squirted on before, and people say that's pee.
Yeah, but that ain't nasty.
No,
you didn't do it. She did that.
Yeah, I guess oral. I guess
that ain't nasty.
They really. I don't know. I might have to drink because I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too.
I mean, why not? We're adults. This is an adult podcast.
I don't know many other adults going.
Yeah.
Somebody,
let's let him take his shot because he getting red.
Because we gonna have to pull it out of you. Go ahead, take a full shot, not even a half a shot.
A full shot?
Yes, you can't get away.
I attempted to answer.
We only got one more question, so you gotta take a full shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He said, all right.
Y'all got me in the gauntlet, boy.
That's the purpose.
We just like to have fun with our guests, right? Like you don't want no boring game.
And you breaking the ice too. That's cool. Can I adopt this for my show?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Whatever you want to do.
Yep.
There you go. I felt that one for you.
Mm-hmm. It's still burning.
All right, we're gonna have one more.
Yeah, we got one more.
Okay.
Truth or dare?
Or dare.
Y'all pick this one for me.
You got a good one.
I'll do a truth and you'll do a dare, LaDonna.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so my truth is, what's the most illegal thing you've ever done?
Well, shit.
He started out like, well, 10 years ago, I did rob that bank. I didn't really want.
So because both of us are asking you a question, if you don't want to answer, I'll let you take half. So that case, if you don't want to do LaDonna's there, you can only take half, which will equal a full. Which means it would be like 2
I don't want to incriminate myself. So
okay, let's do the half a shot.
Yeah. Then my mama might watch it and she'd be like, I know that shit.
Baby.
I know. That's so cute.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll hold on to that. We're gonna hold on to that. We'll after he does your dare, we'll see how much he has to drink.
Okay, so my dare is easy. Name a famous person that looks like us. Like who looks like a famous person that looks like Grace, and who's a famous person that looks like me?
Okay. With Grace, I'm gonna say Nia Long.
Nia Long, really? She's beautiful. I've never gotten that before though. I appreciate that compliment for sure.
For sure. Yeah, Nia Long is beautiful.
I think it's the alcohol talking, but I appreciate it.
LaDonna, I'm thinking
she's brown skin, so
I'm thinking about a model for LaDonna.
She's tall.
Yeah.
Legs.
I ain't good with names either, especially in the model industry. But she always scrapped me as a model though when I see Donna.
Oh.
We just gonna say LaDonna the model.
The model.
Okay, so you can take a half.
Cool. You can just take half.
Man.
You're a great sport, man. Like you can come back anytime. A lot of people would be like, "Oh hell no."
I think we've had really good sports in our games.
Yeah, we have. I think they look for the games when they come on our, our platform.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I like it.
Look, Doc. So did you take your shot? I didn't see you.
Yeah, I hit it.
He took it.
Okay. Okay. Look, so we brought you on to our platform because we do talk. We're talking to a lot more men on our platform because, of course, we can speak from a woman's perspective. So we like to get like the men's perspective on certain things. So one thing I kind of wanted to pick your brain about having you on our platform is like the recent world events from 2020, from the time we've gotten, I guess, locked down and quarantine up until recent, and how that has affected you as a Black man. Because we always talk about, LaDonna and I, we talk about self-care, what we have to do to take care of our family and ourselves and make sure that we don't get lost in like just the hustle and bustle of quarantine life and family life and maintaining our own sanity and maintaining our own self-care. So for you as a Black man, like, I just want to talk about certain significant events, especially from 2020, because we're fresh into 2021. So I want to start off with, I guess, talking about Kobe's death. And I know you said, well, you didn't say, we spoke on your podcast and your platform about how you have children.
I'm a Kobe Bryant fan.
Listen.
Listen.
So you have children, and I'm sure Kobe's that affected us all. And I was never a big Kobe fan because I'm always a LeBron fan. So I never got into Kobe like that. But as a human, when he passed away the way he did, as well as his daughter and the other individuals who were with him, that affected everybody.
Yeah.
So you having girls, you have two girls or one girl?
I got two girls.
Okay, you have two girls. How has that kind of like affected you as a father? Like, does that make you want to hold on tighter to? Of course, I'm sure that makes you want to hold on tighter to your girls, but like, how did that kind of affect you and how you see your relationship with your girls?
Just man, just the whole relationship he had with, I know he got other daughters, but her in particular. You know what I mean? How he just went at her like with the basketball, like she got into basketball and he just with it to her like, look, I'm gonna coach you as if I'm coaching a male, you know what I mean? I ain't holding that back just because you're a female. And even the team that she was on, they could see that. Like, we finna get real deal coaching. We ain't get coaching as quote unquote girls. We getting coached as basketball players. Like, we're basketball players, not female basketball players. And you know, like in that relationship, he took her to all the games and stuff with her. You'll see him sitting courtside. He, you know, in her ear, you know, showing her like male basketball players, like NBA basketball players, you know, like not treating her like a female, you know what I mean? And it just seemed like they some reason him and her was just like Siamese twins. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he felt it, but like God said, man, look, like value this relationship. I don't know, like y'all might go down at the same time. Just get everything out of life, like just everything out of life. Get it while you're out here because y'all don't have it long. And like I said, man, just seeing it it makes it that much more of a tragedy that both of them went down together. You know? And like for what you say, like how he affect relationship with my girls. Just saying, just that love. You know, sometimes we feel like we gotta love our sons a certain way, but love our daughters another way. But no, it's just flat out love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gender love. It's straight love. So that right there just showed me just, you know, my daughters give them the same love I give my son.
How old are your daughters?
13 and 8.
13 and 8. Oh,
when I think about Kobe and Gigi, I just, you know, I was a basketball player growing up, and my dad was the person showing me the ropes and taking me outside. And I was just telling somebody a couple of weeks ago that like, man, I really took for granted, you know, just that time I spent with my dad. But what I did not take for granted is I tell him all the time, like, you being at every one of my games. He worked in the mine. You know, I think we talked about my dad being a mine worker for like over 30 something years. And so, you know, that's a very strenuous job. And when I got to college, he would leave the mine for working 14 hours and come straight to my games. Like, it would be like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive, and he would be at every game, you know, especially if I had home games in college. So like, I can only imagine it's just the bond, you know, being able to have that like mind with one of your children is special. I don't know. I know I've said this before on the podcast. I don't know that Gigi could have dealt with life without Kobe. I feel like their bond was just that tight. Like, it was just that strong.
Yeah. Do your daughters play sports?
No, they started out playing a little t-ball and stuff here and there. Like, they're really not into sports. And, you know, now with us not being in the same household, I can't really just give them, like, they mama don't just, you know, just, she in the household with them. So she don't just push them on them days that they don't want to go. You know, it'll be rough. But my oldest daughter is actually in the band, though.
What does she play?
The trombone.
Oh.
Yeah.
I used to play violin.
I played the saxophone.
Play saxophone?
Why you twist your lip like that? You didn't like it?
No, so when I was in the 8th grade, or when we were in middle school, our band teacher just like kind of gave us instruments. And I'm like, I want like a flute. Like, give me a fucking clarinet. Like, give me a girl instrument. Who the fuck is a saxophone? Then
Saxophone is sexy.
okay, now in my old age or my older age. Okay, I'm sorry. In my older age, I know that the saxophone is one of the most soulful instruments that you could play. But back then, all I saw was a big ass saxophone that I had to sit on my hip and try to learn how to play.
I was trying to be
sit.
Lisa Sampson.
Yeah, I just wanted to sit like this or whatever. But yeah, I'm
How
with
you
her.
how you get into the violin?
You know what? I think my mom had it. I don't know how she got it. I still have the violin to this day. I'm actually gifting it to my niece. So I'm gonna pass it down. I actually had it restrung and a bow and a new bow for the violin. But that violin is probably like 30, 40 years old. So it was older than me when I had it. But I think my mom just had it. My brother played the clarinet. So we were both in the orchestra. I love the violin. I love string instruments. It's just something like soothing and just very sexy about a string instrument. And I did say I was going to pick it back up. I started to play and I was just like, dang, this is going to take too much of my time. I'm not about to do this. I'm about to go ahead and pass this torch down to my niece and I'll let her have it. My nephew, her brother already plays the piano. They got a whole little band going on. So let them have it.
Yeah.
Look, okay, so also 2020, it brought Kobe's death, but that's when COVID started to hit too, right? So when COVID happened, how did that affect you? Because I know for those who don't know, you're in the you're a correctional officer. So you're in that law enforcement field.
Yeah.
So how did that affect you as far as like, once everything got shut down, you still had to go to work?
Yeah, I had to go to work.
You still had to go to work. You still had to be around your family. Like, how was that work life atmosphere in a global pandemic?
Man, just kind of weird, man. You know, like the fear of the unknown, because you hear so many, just so many different symptoms. Oh, somebody dropped dead yesterday. They got COVID. 5 minutes they died. You're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like it just so many unknowns. Man, you don't know what's next. You just hear this gonna happen, that gonna happen. And in my work environment, it was just cleanliness, just wash your hands. When I get off work, I took my uniform off in the car. You know what I mean? Straight to the shower, shoes off, just different awareness. You know what I mean? Just stuff we should have been doing at first, which I was still like cool with wiping stuff down with Lysol, like at work. When I take over my workstation, I wipe the phones down, wipe the keyboards. I've been doing that from the jump because prisons get kind of nasty, like naturally.
Were the inmates mandated to wear masks?
Yep, masks. Really? Yeah, man. Everybody got issued masks. They actually went on lockdown for for a minute, like 23-hour lockdown. Because they didn't want to mingle and shut all the extra stuff, the rec yards down, the visits.
How was that? Like, I can only imagine being locked in four walls for 23 hours, not being able to interact with anybody. Just
basically everybody was in solitary confinement.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. What did y'all experience a lot of backlash or out,
like a few guys, it's sad to say, man, but a lot of them guys are they kind of used to that lifestyle. It's a few guys that's probably claustrophobic, just they don't cope well with it. Just a small percentage. And and we had a psych and stuff to come talk to them, maybe let them out a little bit more, because they actually it's actually logged that they got those type of problems, so they try to cater to them in certain ways, but in all that's attitude, just like, man, look, safety first. Like, we don't know how this stuff is spreading, you know what I mean? So like I say, it was weird, and a lot of people had to work more than normal because when you lock them down, now you got to bring their food to them, And now they can't just go to the shower freely. Now they gotta certain times to open the showers up, certain times to go to the computer, you know, because they can do the computer, they can do the emailing and stuff and all that.
I'm sorry. That's another word.
Yeah.
I know. We're just
look, we gotta start like tallying my words.
I know.
You got beautiful, intruder. What else? What else?
They all got something in common. They like the use.
Right.
Look, okay, so LaDonna and I had first started off before we did the podcast. We did something like self-care. We did Instagram lives and we asked people about their self-care, but it was mainly women. So what I want to know is during that time, because you did come in and you say you were single, and when we talked to you on your platform, you say you were single for 3 years. So I want to know, how has it been in quarantine being by yourself, and what do you do to kind of do self-care for yourself where you don't feel like you're going crazy in the household? I don't want to use the word crazy, but you're feeling like you might be, I guess, like at your wit's end. You're just, you need
like, how did you use the pandemic to take care of yourself? How did you use the pandemic, this time that was given to all of us, to do something for yourself that you usually don't?
Or have you, or did you even discover that during the pandemic?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what's weird. Like, I'm an introvert, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I was kind of enjoying the it's weird, man. I promise, but I was kind of enjoying like people not being on the road, you know, like the stores and stuff being accessible, the highways accessible. Just
at 5 o'clock traffic hit different when nobody on the road.
Exactly, nobody on the road. And I don't want to sound crazy, but I actually enjoyed the time when stuff was locked down.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not the type, I will go out, but I'm not a very outgoing person. You know, if you come see me, cool. If you don't, cooler. You know? And I work a lot anyway, so I really don't ever be at home. I don't never get time to just sit around. You know, I'm doing something, or I'm trying to catch up with my kids on the weekend.
Right.
Just stuff like that. I always got somewhere to go, somewhere to be. I hardly have a lot of downtime. And you know, with my job anyway, I can't be off. You know, somebody got to be at the prison. So my routines was the same. I was still going to work every day, and nothing really changed for me. Like I said, except the traffic was lighter.
Yeah. How did it change for your children?
Right.
How did they cope with it?
Just at first, they was like, "Oh, Daddy, we ain't got to go to school,"
Right.
you know. And then they started getting on the laptops. They'll call me and be like, "Dad, I'm ready to go back to school."
Right.
But I'm just my friends, you know. My 8-year-old, she was probably 7 at the time. She didn't really understand what was really going on. She was like, "Dad, why we can't do this? Or why we can't get? Why can't I go to the playground? You know, I haven't seen my friend. You know, but it's good this day and age. They got, you know, my kids got iPhones and stuff now, so they FaceTime their little friends. They doing their little TikToks and all that type of stuff.
Oh my God! Didn't TikTok not blow up?
No, Zoom, all this.
Everything, like
everything.
People would find a way to communicate with others. Like, it just lets you know when they take one thing away, like, people are so intelligent. Like, we're going to find a way to survive one way or another.
Yeah, man. People like weird. Like, it's crazy how we adjust. You know.
Right. And it's so crazy that I just bringing up adjustment and survival, those words, it makes me think about another world event. Black Lives Matter.
That's what I had. I was like, that's what I had.
Exploded.
Yeah.
George Floyd, you know, Ahmaud, like Breonna Taylor, when those things came about, especially George Floyd, because we're you know, we know that some white people, you know, feel the way that they feel. They've been groomed to feel a certain way. Not all of them.
Some are friends, some are foe.
Yeah, and you have some Black people that just have so much hate in their heart for the past that they don't really tend to deal with them. So, you know, it kind of goes both ways. But when George Floyd happened, I think that took a precedence over everybody's feelings. Like, I think the people, even people that was not even like, it's not a black or white thing. They're like, yo, this is bad.
You know what I
This
think
is
happened? I think, you know how when you see on television or some kind of movie, when someone sparks the end of the dynamite, and you
Mhm.
see the little tail sizzle, and it sizzled with what is his name, Mike Brown, it sizzled
Mhm.
with Trayvon Martin, it sizzled with all of these other black individuals
All of
before.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And when you got to George Floyd, it was like
blew up.
enough is a fucking enough, and it just blew up, and we were done with it. Like the way he died,
Mhm.
how
Amen.
did that affect you as a black man? Like, did you? I mean, I think anytime a black person dies unjustly, it affects us.
Mhm.
When that event happened, like how did that affect you, and what did you explain to your children? Because I'm sure they knew about it as well.
Like you said, man, it's crazy because we kind of got numb to it. It just like it was so many. It was like another black, and it just kept happening. And until to just see him die like that, like just being like pretty much choked out, suffocated, and it's just like, all right, now y'all taunting us. It's like y'all killing us in different ways. Like now y'all just gonna keep like, okay, we're gonna kill a nigga in this type of way. I'm
The
just
way he did it
we
so
having fun with
proudly,
it.
though.
Mhm.
I never seen the video. I saw clips of it, but I know he did kneel on his neck for
I saw the entire video.
seconds.
I
Every
never
I
watched
second.
it.
I'm so tired of being traumatized by these
Exactly.
videos of us being murdered, because you know what I don't want it to be? I don't want it to be the norm for me to see it and be like, okay.
Exactly. And that's what's crazy. That's what it kind of got to. You like, oh, they gonna get off and shit like that. But when he did it like that, and then everybody been cooped in on the COVID, and they see it over and over and over. Motherfuckers like, man, you know what? It took us back to Rodney King. You know what I mean? Like, man, y'all motherfuckers keep doing the same stuff, and the man gonna get off. Like, now we're gonna make sure he get charged, and we finna act the fool. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, being a black man, it's crazy, man, because it's traumatizing. And and I already feel like when I go out, it's a target on my back. It feel like you don't have any control. Like they really letting me live, because they can kill me at any time and get off. You know what I'm saying? For doing nothing.
But you know what I did see that bothered me about that video, because I didn't see the video entirety. Like I said, I saw clips, but the way he was just like his chest was up and he was just kneeling, like
He
he
was
was
looking
just like,
around. Yeah.
who's gonna stop me? And what I don't like about this generation is everybody pulls out a camera, but I was very grateful at that moment that somebody actually did pull out a camera, because there was nothing that they can do. But the fact that if there was no camera evidence, he would have told a bold-faced lie, which he still was telling lies, but he would have gotten away with it. He would have
Because
never
look,
gotten charged
they
at
still was
all.
like bullshitting. They still was bullshitting with the footage out. And they
Right.
charged him like second degree or third degree or something after that. And they said the man had COVID, and he didn't die from suffocation. He had a pre-existing health issue that caused him to die that way.
No.
On camera.
But look, how do you explain that to your children, though?
I mean, the same way I explained it the last 100 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, I don't know.
How old is your son?
My son, 15.
Do you talk to him and have those conversations with him about if a police officer approaches him, what he should do?
Yeah, I just tell him, look, same way you any other adult, like don't back talk, no matter if you in the right, in the wrong. Soon as when I pull you over, because my son stays in Virginia now.
Okay.
They moved to Virginia a couple years ago. I told him, call his mama off the rip. You know what I mean? Call your mama, send her your location, tell her to get where you at. You know what I mean? And when the police come, yes, sir. No, sir. Keep your hands out. You know what I mean? Don't give them no indication that you anything they think you are. You know what I mean?
And that's so sad, though. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's so sad that we have to take those precautions with somebody that's put here to protect and to serve us. right?
Exactly.
No,
Like
they
we're
were
not
never here
supposed
to
to be
protect and serve us.
right.
That was
We're
never their
we're
function
not
from the
supposed to
beginning.
be scared of the police. But get this, they're not supposed to be scared of us. That's the problem.
Oh, man, we
They're scared, they're trembling when they pull us over. Like when they have to come to an altercation, it's us. They're already thinking in their mind, how is this going to go? Am I going to have to pull out my gun? Am I going to have to take a different route or a different path? Like,
Let me tell you
I
something.
don't know.
And I hate to compare like humans to animals, but when you approach an aggressive animal, or let's say a dog, because some animals are aggressive and will eat your ass up like a lion. I am not approaching a lion, okay? But if you approach an aggressive dog, honestly, you can actually calm an aggressive dog down if you want to. People don't understand when you go into a situation, you can de-escalate any situation that you think may or may not occur, but they don't go into a situation like that. They go into a situation already thinking that we are going to be the aggressor because they know we are strong individuals mentally and physically. So they are, I'm sorry, they're weak individuals if they approach you in that way. So I don't
And they're
understand.
very intimidated by us.
Yeah.
And a lot of them ain't even scared. They just like, nigga, you know
They
your
want
place.
that power.
You know your place. Like,
Yeah.
when I say something, don't you? This ain't up for discussion. Do what I tell you.
I like what you said when you said you told your son to send his mom the location of where he is if he gets stopped. I've never thought about that, and honestly, I would tell my son that, but he's with like in a group message with one of his or a group of his friends, and they do like I guess you have it on the iPhone, like you can send your location or tag where you are. So they do that when they go, places, and just so each other will know where they are. Yeah. So I think that's a good idea. That's really a good idea.
Yeah,
and
man.
here I am thinking,
they babies. Like my son is, man, I still see him like 15, 14, 15, they're babies, man.
But he's at the driving age. He's about to be at that driving age. And I remember just yesterday, my son was at that point and he's about to be 20 this year. So it's like, and I still have those fears and trepidations when he goes out into the world. And I'm like, they don't see the kind, sweet soul that he is.
Exactly.
They just see a black man.
Yeah.
They don't see a black boy like we see. They see a black
boys, man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But like, if you such a coward like that, don't even do the job. If you that scared of people, why are you out there doing the job? If you scared of violence, like why join the military? Because you're not gonna fight back. You're gonna take off running the other way.
Right.
When it's time to go to war.
That's what they want, the benefit.
So why go?
Right.
Look, have your girls ever talked to you about the death of Breonna Taylor?
Nah, Ashley ain't came my 14-year-old, she's very smart, but she didn't talk about it much. She didn't talk about it much.
I mean, I think that's just kind of hard conversation.
Yeah, and if they do decide to come to you, what do you think would be your approach to that situation?
Man, with that, man, that just was so ridiculous. Like it's just like what you supposed to tell your daughter, like sleep on your side, you know what I mean? Sleep on the floor so you won't get shot. That shit was just there's crazy.
No instructions for real.
Yeah, man. There's no instructions. That right there was inevitable for her to die that night.
Yeah.
Like, it was gonna happen no matter what. Some of that stuff is just it's kind of like pure comedy, man. Like I just don't understand. And y'all still get off on that stuff. They got charged for the bullets going into another apartment.
That's what they tried to charge them for.
These
I feel like I saw something
crazy.
Right. I feel like I saw something. They're trying to bring back up George Floyd's murder. I'm sure since the new administration has touched down, there are some civil rights issues that they're going to try to partake in now that just the thought process that's in the White House is totally different. Well, hopefully. It's totally different, right? So I'm hoping they do, bring that back up and and bring that from the dead, because it's not dead. We're still saying George Floyd, we're still saying Ahmaud, we're still saying Breonna Taylor. Like, we're still saying these people names. They still deserve justice. They still are people. They're still Black people. And I pray that at some point, not only will they see our worth, but that we see our worth. Yeah. And I think we were talking about that on your podcast the other day, just the communities and how they've gone down. These kids don't really care about their life anymore. And you would hope after these world events that has, transpired, that they take a look at what's going on in the world and see that there's a bigger picture to their life. Like, it's not just, slinging whatever they slinging on the street, or, robbing people, or whatever they're doing, selling drugs, whatever they're doing that's going to get them either in jail or killed. I'm hoping that they see a bigger picture. They understand why people are fighting, why people are in the streets marching. What's the, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bigger picture, So man, look, just a meal. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Have you ever found yourself in a predicament where you as a Black man felt like you were really nervous and you didn't think you were going to get out of?
Like with law enforcement?
With law enforcement, with anybody of the opposite ethnicity of you, just like some kind of, I guess, I don't want to put it on race, but I guess it is about race. Some kind of race.
I was actually profiled before.
Really?
And they actually took me to jail, man. Yeah, I was on my motorcycle. Me and my cousin and a friend, we was riding. We wasn't speeding or anything. And a drug tax officer, we was riding from one city. We ended up in a smaller town, and then I think it was out of his jurisdiction anyway. But I actually saw a state trooper have a guy pulled over, and I guess he was done giving him his ticket or whatever. And the state trooper actually kept his lights on, And so I'm looking in my mirror. I'm like, well, damn, it must be something happened ahead of us. So I pulled over. Once I pulled over, the state trooper kept going. And next thing I know, I seen a guy like a Montero Sport come beside me, and he draw a gun down on me. He said, like, cut the fucking bike off, like, get off the bike with a pistol on me. Then he come up, put the pistol on me, asked me why did I try to elude him? I was like, man,
was he in a marked police car?
No lights, no nothing. And he asked me why did I try to elude him? I was like, man, if I tried to elude you on this motorcycle, I would have been gone. You know what I'm saying?
You would have been revoked.
Yeah, and they took off. Like, my homeboys looked back. He was like, oh, hell no. So he got mad about that. He was like, oh, why did you tell them to leave? I was like, come on, man, not today, man. We ain't doing this.
Right.
Then he was like, shut the fuck up, I was like, all right. He was like, some known.
Don't it make you feel like, what you say now?
It was some known drug that he kept telling me that was riding with me. I was like, look, man, this is my motorcycle. Like, I'm riding by myself. I don't even know the guy that you're talking about. He was like, yeah, whatever. Like, shut up. Like, he put the cuffs on me and everything. Like, took me to jail, man.
Wow. Don't that make you understand the scene in Bur-ti-ful?
Yeah.
Was in the hood. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The scene when he went home and he just was like,
because you can't
frustrated.
do nothing.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, man, but if I had to go like get a lawyer and everything. Like, I had to get that shit like thrown out. Like, I had to spend money on lawyers and everything on some bogus shit. He totaled my bike, put it in the drug task force pound. Like, he found some drugs on it with that shit like $200 some a day for them to hold it. Just, man, all kind of bullshit, man. But yeah, it's like, I really, if I knew where that dude stayed at, man, I promise. Yeah, wow. Like, for real.
Look,
yeah, and I don't want to say all that, but really, man, like you say, like, I see why Trey was punching the air.
Yeah.
Because what can you do?
Yeah.
You know what? That's one of my biggest fears with having a black son, because he absolutely gets his temperament from his mother and his father.
Mm.
So I, for one, I'm gonna ask questions like, why the fuck did you stop me? Why are you mistreating me when I know I should not be mistreated? And I know for sure he is like, when Trump got elected, the school called me because he refused to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. He was like, I don't believe in the Pledge of Allegiance anymore, because how can you elect someone? Like, he really had like his little speech going. Like, so I know if a police officer pulls him over, he's not going to be PC. And I really try to get through his head to like be PC, just so you can spare your life.
Play the game.
Play the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's a big fear of mine. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I can only imagine. And I hear these stories a lot from a lot of black men that I know. And I'm like, man, I cannot believe that you guys really have to go through that. I mean,
Hey,
us as
man.
women have to go through certain things, but
Yeah.
the burden that you guys take on.
Every day.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Like we like my city, like I'm from Talladega.
Mhm.
And like our rival city, everybody got a rival city. Our rival city is like Anniston, and it's in Calhoun County. He stopped me in Talladega County, right? He asked me where I was from. Guess where he take me to jail to?
The rival.
Calhoun.
He took me to the jail. He took me to jail to the rival fucking city, man.
And he knew
I'm
that.
like, damn, what did I do to you?
Right.
Like, man,
It was literally the color of your skin. Nothing more, nothing less.
He was
So
getting
how
kicked
do
out
those
of it.
events kind of like shape you, and how does that, like, how do you navigate life like after that experience? Like, are you more cautious about being on your bike? Did you not ride your bike? I mean, I know he impounded it. Did you get it back? Like, what? How did that shape you?
Yeah, I got it back, and when I rode it again after that, it was like PTSD.
Mm.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know how you ride motorcycles. You ain't got to do 100, but you on them type of bikes, like like them type of bikes like that, you gonna do some kind of speed. And it was just like, man, I don't want to do nothing wrong, and I couldn't get no joy out of riding that motorcycle no more. So I actually sold it, you know. So
Have you?
I got another one now. I got a cruiser.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a Harley now.
Okay, you got that. You got that grown man bike.
Grown man bike.
You can't tell me I was doing 100 something on that motherfucker.
No, you
You lying, dog.
If you was, I'm gonna be like, dude.
You would have been spent out.
Right.
This radar ain't right. Man, I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy about that whole thing, man. It's like as a black man, like, you know you're gonna go to jail one day.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. Like, you know, the police gonna stop you one day for no reason. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Like, my first encounter with the police, I was 4 years old. I saw them have my daddy down. My dad and his friends, we stayed in the projects. They was down in the parking lot for like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And the police had them on. Somebody tried to steal my daddy's car, or somebody like vandalized my daddy's car when his friend was in it. And my dad called the police for help, for protection, and they come in and telling them, my daddy, that he fit the description of somebody else, and draw down on. And I can see this from the house, and my mama telling me that it's gonna be all right. I was 4 years old. So that was my first encounter with the police.
You say that, and we had a guest on 2 episodes prior, Stock from the Dummies podcast, and he was also saying that he was profiled as a young child. The police pulled him over on a pedal bike, and said, you fit the profile of whatever. I could not imagine that feeling as a 4-year-old.
I was four.
And that's your perception of the police, and that's been your
for real. It went from us playing cops and robbers, or the teacher asking you what you want to be, you say a fireman or a cop, to like, man, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, off the rip.
Fuck the police, for real, literally.
For real. I know it's some good. I'm in law enforcement,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, y'all don't speak up for bad shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? So good cop or not, you know, y'all letting it go. Y'all letting it go on.
Right.
What do you think you are doing in the world to I don't want to say better the world, because I mean that's subjective, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to better the world when you're one person, right? But what do you think you're doing in your community to just make one person better, or to maybe get through to one person, or how are you using your platforms to do so?
I mean, man, just leading by example. You know, I'm not a big vocal person, but I see guys come to me all the time and be like, man, I seen this move you made. You know what I'm saying? You've been working there for this amount of time. You know, I see what you're doing on social media, you know, you with your kids, and you ain't never really just been in trouble. You know, just trying not to be a statistic, you know, and that right there. And then also with my podcast, you know, I'm giving people voices. You know, it's crazy when you see the excitement on people's face when they come in and they got a mic and they be like, man, this what's up, you know, and you play it back to them.
Because a lot of people like to tell their story.
Yeah, they tell the stories. We voiceless, you know, until we get one. So
Right.
just leading by example. Just you know, I've never been into the you know, when we getting older, you know, the guys get into the gangs and stuff. You know, I ran with certain guys and stuff like that, but when they start want to rent it to stores and start smoking cigarettes and stuff at like 12 and 13, I just always knew it wasn't right. I just knew I wasn't raised like that, you know.
Right.
I just try to be me.
I like that you say lead by example, because you don't know what you do that will affect other people and who's watching. Because like you said, I've had people reach out to me that I would have never thought, that I don't even know. Hey. And it will be like, hey, I appreciated that you said this. And I'm like, when did I say that? Because I tell LaDonna all the time, my short-term memory is shit. Okay. So I may have a whole conversation with you and don't remember you 10 seconds afterward, or remember the conversation that we had. But I've had people reach out to me like that. So that is very important, to lead by example. And LaDonna, I hope you don't mind, but I do want to kind of take a switch from the conversation.
Sure.
I do want to talk about your career in law enforcement, because I am like so intrigued with law enforcement. Well, not even law enforcement. Fuck law enforcement. I'm talking about like the prison system.
Yeah.
I am intrigued. So you are a correctional officer.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing I want to know is, are the inmates, how they are portrayed on shows like 60 Days In and Locked Up Abroad and all this other stuff, like, are they like really maniacs? I don't want to call them maniacs, but are they like...
Not as a whole, you know.
You got some.
You actually got that shit, and man, you can imagine some of the shit I done seen. You just think it ain't even humanly possible. You know what I mean? I done seen dudes cover themselves in shit. You know what I mean?
What's the point? What was the point of covering? Just they out their mind?
Man, some of them seek attention as much as your little girls do.
Wow.
You know, some of them get a kick out of, you know, they probably got themselves into solitary, like they probably got themselves disciplined and stuff like that. I'm tell you what, a lot of those guys that do stuff like that, they don't face the consequences of what they've done. You know, they think they can do whatever they want to do and say, oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it no more. You know, like, nah, you got to serve 60 days. This is your discipline. We understand that you won't do it no more, but after you've been sanctioned, then you can show us that you won't do it no more. But like, it's like some of them, and I hate to say it, some of them IQ, a lot of them IQ is not high. You know, a lot of them don't have a high IQ. I might need to put that on do not disturb.
That's fine.
Yeah, but a lot of them, you might think you talking to a grown man, but in their mind, like it don't go higher than 14.
So I was going to ask you, what was like the wildest thing you've ever seen, like while you were working there? I know you said like putting shit on your body is a wild experience.
That's wild.
So have you seen anything like wilder than that?
The shit, a lot of them do. I've seen a lot of them do like different stuff with like shit. But I actually saw a guy like Man, this shit nasty. But we was on suicide watch, right? So on suicide watch, you got somebody right there, like watching you the whole time, because you risk of killing yourself. You might hang yourself. You might do anything. They got so many different ways of like killing themselves. It's crazy. So while I'm sitting on suicide watch, watching this guy one night, he just kept talking and talking and talking. I was like, all right, man, like, damn, there's only so much you talk. I'm tired. I'm on a double. They made me stay here to watch you. So chill out, man. Lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, don't kill yourself tonight. Just lay down. Chill out.
He kept walking around. He was doing stuff. He couldn't get a reaction out of me because I've been working up for a minute. I see some shit. He like punched the wall. He'll do something else, and he'll get naked and all kind of shit. I'd be like, all right. So that motherfucker started playing this some shit, and he put the shit in his hand like peanut butter, and he started like licking his fingers. Yeah. Yeah. So that was like the craziest shit I ever seen.
Yeah.
I've seen
they like that shit in jail, don't they? It's like that shit.
I don't know what the fuck. Like some people wired up on shit. Like it's like certain people like dude like get them all. I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's crazy. I done seen a guy, on the Spice, the K2, the Spice, people smoking.
Yeah.
That shit had them going crazy too. I seen one.
The fake weed?
Yeah, the fake weed. Yeah, but they keep breaking it down, like adding crazy shit. And I done seen that made the dude just go crazy to the point like that motherfucker just rap like 24 hours a day. He'll just rap. He just been like rapping.
So he would have gave us better bars than you did earlier.
Way better bars.
Wow.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Like that motherfucker just sat there and like rap the whole time.
So how long have you been in that system? The as a correctional officer, for those who don't know.
I started when I was 19. I started at the state prison in December of 2005. So totally I've been in like 15 years. I've been at the federal prison for like 14 years now.
So as a child, you went into the prison system as a correctional officer.
I had my son at 18, and my mom was a correctional officer at the time, and she was a correctional officer ever since I was like 4 or 5. Never asked her what she, just never asked her a lot about drugs. I was like, shit. My mom, I'm just thinking, well, my mama, she's a disciplinary, so that's cool for her. That shit ain't for me. I ain't doing no law enforcement at all. And shit, I was there like my son, like I said, I had to pay for daycare and all that shit, and going to this job and that job, they weren't hiring. My mom was like, you thought about doing law enforcement? I was like, no.
Like, how was your first day though? Like, I'm as a 19-year-old walking into a penitentiary.
Yeah, with grown men.
Not just a downtown jail, but like a prison.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're still a child at that point. You're still young.
I feel so grown. You know what I mean? Because when you're that age, you fearless. You know what I mean? And remember I told y'all on my show, like you've been to one hood, you've been to them all. Okay. So going in there, I just felt like I was going in the hood. Like I'm used to this environment. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna fuck with nobody. I'm good. And a lot of them guys, I met a few guys that shit I grew up with that was locked up in the shit. Some of the OGs and shit that I knew from the hood. You know what I'm saying? They was in there. So
how did they react to you?
Just like, man, it'd be crazy. It's crazy, like some of the support you get from the craziest places.
Yeah.
Some guys like, man, I see you, man. Like with me being locked up, man, I wish I did what you doing now. Being on this side of the fence, like you ain't doing that wrong. Cause I was looking for validation, man. I kind of felt like it's so weird. I kind of felt like with me going law enforcement, I kind of sold out a little bit. Just a voice in the back of my mind, I'm young, so I feel like I shouldn't really be doing this. I go from being like rebellious to authority to now I'm authority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're an authoritative figure, so it's
and it was nobody I could relate to. I didn't know nobody else that was my age doing that shit, so I couldn't call nobody and ask them how they felt about this, like what they do with this.
Yeah,
it was just me. It was like an experiment, But my mind was on the money and benefits. Like, fuck it, man. I got to take care of my son.
Some benefits, they'll
your mom did a great job, because for you to, like you said, one hood is just like the next hood, but you didn't take on that mentality to your entire life. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get stuck in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew you had to do something better. And I feel like that's because you saw somebody doing something better for you. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of people in the hood, you know, don't have those role models. They don't have those parents that they see doing something better than what they're doing, or telling them or encouraging them on a daily basis, or even letting them know that their life is much worse than what they're doing right now. So I applaud you for even taking on that responsibility that young, knowing that you had to make a transition, you know what I'm saying, at the time you did.
And knowing that you still have to do that responsibility because you have to be responsible for another life. So you did not really want to do, I'm sure, but you did what you had to do.
Yep.
Well, I just want to go to a plant job. I just wanted a plant job and get paid. And, you know, with all my other folks, all my other homeboys, like they went to the Honda plants and all this stuff. They paid pretty good, but they weren't really hiring at the time, you know.
Look, let me ask you a question, because you did say when you went into the facility as an employee, you saw a lot of people that you knew growing up. Was it hard to kind of differentiate that relationship or friendship, quote unquote, that you had with people that you knew growing up, and being the authoritative figure that they had to listen to, and you had to give them rules to abide by? Like, did you kind of have to separate a friendship, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, man, you take the training, and you know, you take the advice of people that's been working there. You know, like one time I was riding to work with my mom, you know what I mean? Because they put us on the same shift and stuff when I first started out, and she, you know, she'll just run through like just different scenarios, just tell me just different stuff, her experience with people, and just saying, you know, if they want you to do anything outside the scope of your duty, they're not your friends. They don't care nothing about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if somebody asks you to bring them in, is like, you know, just doing stuff that's illegal, you know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about you anyway. So don't listen. And just me being, you know what I'm saying, just street savvy too. You know, like, you're not finna manipulate me. You know, you're not finna manipulate me. You're not finna get over on me. You're not gonna play me like I'm less of a man. You know what I'm saying? So I had that right there too. That like, nah, you ain't. Nobody gonna bully me. Nobody gonna distort me. Nobody gonna do crazy shit like that. So just a mixture of that. Just people keeping me on my toes, and just me having a strong mind, you know, to do what I got to do.
I couldn't imagine working with my mom, and then I could, like, if somebody catcalled your mom and be like, "Yeah, bitch,"
what's so crazy is I already know the type of environment that he grew up in, because I'm sure all women that worked in the correctional facilities were disciplinaries. Like, my mom was a disciplinary, and she was a correctional officer as well. Like I told you on your platform, we was like 5-0 coming, 5-0 coming. Like, she had that Billy Club. Like, yo, I already know the type of like home that you grew up in. So I kind of want to take a ending to this and kind of ask you, I guess it's a serious question, and it's bouncing off of the things that you asked us from your podcast. Who was that person that inspired you to just do better in life, like do what you had to do? Who was your inspirational person?
Off the rip, my folks, you know, like I said, my mom, you know, not only, you know, her career, just how she carried herself, you know, just strong. You know, I think my mom, like I said, my mom was one of 12, and she might be like somewhere in the middle of the 12, but to me, she one of the most responsible ones out of all of them. Like, she the one that they call, you know, when they need some when they need like some benefits or something. She gonna figure it out. She know how to do the paperwork. She notarizes stuff. You know, she's just very responsible. You know what I mean? Like, I give my whole bank account right now to my mom and be like, manage this for me. You know, she just I think she missed her calling. Like my mom could have been like a manager or an agent or something, you know, and she just figured out she's not a Princeton graduate, nothing like that, man. But she just as smart as them. She gonna figure it out, you know, with determination.
First of all, she don't have to be a Princeton or Yale or Harvard grad. And second of all, she ain't miss her calling because she's still on this earth. So as long as she's here, she can definitely still do management if she wants to.
And she is what we call a strong Black.
For real.
She is what we call a dope girl.
For real.
A dope woman. Okay.
A dope woman, yes.
Look, let me ask you a quick question before, because we actually want you to get into our segment that we have. We have a segment called giving you the game, and we have a segment called girlfriend talk. So we hadn't given you the game in a minute, but we're gonna get there. We want you to stay along for that. But I do want to ask you a question before we kind of tie up this segment. What was your views on the prison system before you actually worked with the system, and has your views changed since being in the system for so long, working with them?
You know, I got in, like I said, I got into it young. But I just thought, you know, prison was this place where, man, it's kind of sad to say, but like when we was younger, like a lot of guys would reference jail like it's somewhere you got to go to validate your manhood. You know what I'm saying? Like jail gonna show you stuff that you ain't gonna get from nowhere else. You know, and all of us thought like we gonna experience jail one day. And I thought number of tough guys went to jail, and when they got out, they was tougher. You know, it just they had a stamp on them that they've been to jail. And my first day in the jail, in the prison system, this guy came in like whining about something. And this man said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm finna go tell my mama, she gonna call up here. I'm like, you finna go tell you gonna tell your mama?
That sounds like some juvenile shit.
For real, man. So it's just like, you know what? If these motherfuckers was weak on the street, they just as weak in jail, and they're gonna be weaker when they get out. It's the jail system is somewhat like the streets. You got the tough guys, you know what I'm saying? It's the same on the streets. It's the same, it's the same rules that apply on the street.
Code.
Same codes, man, that's in there. So I think, me personally, I don't look at guys like they just finished a tour of duty in the military no more when they get out of jail. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? You are who you are, jail or not.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. That is a tour of duty, because that's war right there from what I've seen. I haven't been in the system, pray never to be in the system, but from the things that I've seen on documentaries, it's just like, man, I feel for them. Even the hardest of criminals, like some people I do believe need to be in jail. Some people I do feel like need more rehabilitation than anything. If you hadn't killed anybody, if you hadn't sexually abused a minor, a child, an elder, anybody who wasn't consensual, I feel like rehabilitation should be your choice, or something that
repeat offenders. You get some that come back, man. I've been in there. I done seen some guys come back like 4 times. You know what I'm saying?
But they feel safe
at minimum,
comfortable.
That's their environment.
Yeah, they feel safe and they feel comfortable there. Like I've heard that when people that's so used to being in jail, when they get out on the street, it's like, I don't know, let me get back, let me go back. I'm ready to go back.
Like a foreign land. They don't know how to acclimate themselves to the real world, but they know the jail and that controlled environment.
Yeah,
they know what they're gonna get. They know pretty much who they're going to be around.
Institutionalized.
Yeah, institutionalized. And they get us that way, but I really feel like we should be not institutionalized, but we should be rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated. And I say a lot of times I say, you know what, if like, how can you give somebody a 25 or 30 year sentence and think they being rehabilitated?
Right.
Like how? You know what I'm saying? If you go in when you like 25 or 30, you're gonna come out at like 50 or 60. Pretty much your mama might be gone, your grandma might be gone. You know, I think like, if they did, this is my thing, either they get 5 years or they get life. Like what they do was bad enough You know what I'm saying? Because you, after 5 years, 10 years, the rehabilitation kind of like out the door. You're not putting them in there to become better citizens when they get out.
Because they're really just putting them in there to fill some space because
Fill space.
there's no program.
This is why they're putting them in.
Yeah, I mean it's free money.
Yep.
Prison system is where the money reside for
Right.
the state.
The real money.
So it's you're not trying to make sure these people are better individuals for in the society that they live in. You're just trying to make sure that you house them how you're supposed to house them, which is improper, I'm sure. I don't believe in solitary confinement. I really don't. I mean, being in my house during quarantine and I have all the amenities that I can think of, and I have the liberty to leave out if I want to, I'm going stir crazy in here. So I can imagine with someone.
But I also can imagine having a hard time, you know, in what they call it, just when you're in
general population.
I forgot. Yeah, the general population, and they have a hard time with certain people in the general population. I can imagine like
they will kill a motherfucker if you let them out there. Like I say, man, prison is a place that you got to experience. Like I'm glad I worked there because I just didn't know. It's some people. It's just some people that's just not fit for society. Some people just not fit for, you know what I'm saying, general population. I hate to say it, man, some people are just not humane. And it's bad to say that. And I don't know, it's few mental issues here and there, but it's some guys that we house, if you let them out in the general population, they're gonna kill somebody or they're gonna hurt somebody real bad. You know what I'm saying? Or they're gonna hurt an officer. They're gonna do something, man. I've just seen so many different types of people, man. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. And I just seen somebody stabbed to death. You know what I mean? Or hurt bad enough to get sent out on the stretcher. You know, so I just got a lot of views on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys.
I'm sorry. I keep catching up. He said scratcher, y'all. He said scratcher, screech, Bur-ti-ful. Yeah. I need my pen and pad.
Yeah, man.
We like the country, boy. We like the country.
Yeah. But I appreciate you even sharing those stories because
I know
I'm always intrigued by like that system because like I said before, I just feel like not everybody needs to be imprisoned. I think a lot of people need rehabilitation, a lot of people need counseling, a lot of people need resources in order to not be repeat offenders.
And a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, a lot of them, it is what it is. It's offenses that you've done, prisons, you know, justified for. But the amount of time that you get for this, you know, like some of that stuff, it don't, you know what I'm saying? It don't warrant nothing but like 3 to 4 years, but instead you get 13, 14 years.
Wow.
You could do some community service, you could take some classes, you could do whatever you need to do. But you know what? Even in those sentences, they don't provide that for them to be rehabilitated.
Yes, I know. And I've seen, in federal prison, we offer they got a lot of resources, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But some guys just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. Man, when I get out, man, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna go right back to.
Yeah, I ain't doing this shit. You know, this shit go both ways. Like I've seen it both. Yeah. I've seen just a lot. You know, like I said, been there for a minute, I talked to them too. Like, come on, bro, like do this. You know what I'm saying? You get out, you do that. Like, man, you don't even have a diploma. Like, go there and get your GED.
Right.
Go get a trade. Like, we offer trades and everything.
Just think about the way you went in there at 19 and you're 34 now. Just think about someone who was in there before you started and they're just getting out now. The world is completely different. The world is completely different. So now they have to acclimate themselves. I can only imagine me going out into a world that I don't even recognize anymore and being afraid.
We got re-entry programs.
Okay.
Set you up with a job, you know, but some motherfuckers be like, man, I'm not getting out, go working for no $10 an hour.
What they gonna do? Get right back where they was at?
But I've seen on the flip side, I've seen some that got a plan from the jump. This
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take everything that's offered to me. It's like you say, it's the same on the street. On the street, like you got some people that you know they bums, and you got some ambitious people, and we got some ambitious inmates in there too that's ready for the word. They know this is. I'm not like them. I don't belong in here. You
Right.
know, I got my sentence or whatever. When I get done, I'm going out. I'm staying out on the street for my family and my kids. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
You know, I actually have a childhood friend who I knew for so long. I don't keep in touch with him anymore, but he actually went to prison for murder. Not prison, but I guess a little juvenile facility because he was underage and it was like self-defense, but he sort of self-defense. I don't know. I don't know. But he didn't do long. He only did like 2 or 3 years, but when he got out, the one thing he did, he said he wanted to make sure that he got on a straight and narrow and would never ever go to jail or prison ever again. And he did just that. He got himself a trucking company because he knew his options were kind of limited because of his education, because of his criminal background. Who's going to want to hire a murderer, right?
yeah.
So he got his what is it, a CDL when you do trucking?
Yeah.
He got a CDL, he bought him a truck, and he has his own trucking business now. So I mean, there's still opportunity for you if you do go to prison, but
Very limited.
very, very limited. You have to
Like I
pick
say, just like us out here, man, we got to take what's given us. You know, even as just us being black in a black community, you know, the schools and stuff we went to, we didn't get the same books as the kids, you know what I'm saying, on the outer city. You know what I mean? Just
we
we
got
didn't get to go on the same field trips and stuff they went on.
Right.
Yeah, we got the bag lunches, we got the book that we got to share and bring back Tuesday so the other class could use them. No, we don't get the resources, so I totally get it. LaDonna, do you have more questions?
I didn't. This was very good. It was an amazing conversation.
Yeah,
I learned a lot actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wanted to know about the prison system. I just really did.
It's just something you gotta. I mean, we do tours and stuff like that. Man, it just
Can I come take a tour?
yeah, like well, I mean, right now we got the COVID and stuff going on, but we used to do like tours and stuff like that. But it's just something you gotta see, man. It's just hard to just put it in words, you know. And I you know, it's just crazy. Some stuff you just gotta see.
You gotta see to believe it.
You gotta see. Yes.
Well, I enjoyed this. Look, we're gonna have you stick around because we do want to ask you, like I told you earlier, we do want to ask your advice about the giving you the game. So we're gonna LaDonna, you don't have any more questions? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the game segment. Yeah. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and switch it up this week, and we're gonna do giving you the game instead of girlfriend talk because we have our guest Doc with us, so we're gonna ask his opinion. Okay, I think it's season 3, episode 20. I know. Season 3, episode 20.
Yep.
Doc, do you watch the game? Have you watched the game?
The game, the
TV show.
The little sitcom like from like years ago.
Oh, with Darwin and
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you may remember this episode. So, you know, Kelly Pitts and Jason, they had their little whirlwind relationship. Jason, super cheap. Cheap. I couldn't marry him. My husband already cheap, and I'm just like, bruh. But whatever. So Jason and Kelly have split up at this point. Okay. Jason wants to introduce Brittany, little Brit Brat, to his new boo, Camille, which is played by
Brandy.
Huh?
Was it Brandy?
No,
that's
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Yeah, but Camille was played by that lady who played on Clueless, who supported that other president that I'm like
Stacey Dash.
Yeah. So Jason asked Kelly if it was okay to introduce Brittany to his new love interest, right? So Kelly was like, okay, well, she didn't think it was that serious. My question is, being that you have 3 children, when do you feel like it's time to introduce your children to a potential suitor? And do you feel like it's okay, or do you have to ask permission from the mom to introduce your children? Do you feel like you have to give her that courtesy?
But well, before you answer, so I don't know if you told him this, but I know Jason asked Kelly, right?
Yeah.
And then he said to her, well, if you're not comfortable with it, we don't have to do it.
Okay.
And I like that because Jason is an asshole. So
he is an asshole, but he was being very generous at that point.
He was being very, so I'm gonna let you answer.
Well, the timing is like when I feel like she's the one. When I feel like this is going places, like it's me and her, you know, whenever my kids come over, she's gonna be there. So it ain't gonna be no dodging her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce her when I feel like me and her is getting serious. Yeah, I'm gonna do the courtesy thing with telling my girl, like, look, you know, I'm finna start having her around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The kids and stuff like that. I already checked her out. She's a good person. She love kids or whatever she got. Even if she got a daughter or something, I'm giving her a whole rundown on why I feel like it's safe, because I love my daughters. I love my kids in general just as much as you do. Right. So I'm not gonna bring them home away. I'm not gonna. I mean, like I'm all right. She gonna come and pick them up from practice because I'm at work or something like that. I'm not gonna put them type of responsibilities on my girlfriend right now until they get. Maybe until she's my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. That's how I'm gonna do it. My son, man, you know what I'm saying? My son 15 is whatever. He like, hey pops, who was there at the house the other day? Like, you know.
A little tender.
Okay, so there is that different dynamic. And I know, because I'm not even gonna play like I don't know about gender roles, because I would definitely treat my son differently than I do my girls. And it's like the girls, you really do have to, they look out for you. Your son, he just like, oh, dad, she look fly, she good, you know, she
look,
fine.
You introduce him, he gonna be like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm finna go to my room.
The girl's gonna be like,
go to my room, right?
The girl's gonna be like, who is this?
Who is you? They gonna ask her, who is you?
Mm-hmm.
So you would definitely put the mom like, hey, look, I'm bringing somebody over. I'm just letting you know. Do you have to introduce the mom to the girlfriend?
Nah, I don't think I gotta do that. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you gotta know
LaDonna.
You gotta know who the baby mama. You gotta know who the baby mama is. Man. You know, like all of us ain't got the same. Yeah, some of them on that mess. You know, they say they over you. You know, y'all relationship is over with,
but 10 years later down the line, they still like.
They're sizing up who I talk to.
I'm just saying, if I was in that position and just say me and Sean wasn't together and he decided to start back dating and there was another woman that he was really liking and wanted to introduce to the kids, I'm definitely need to meet who this woman is. Like, she's going to be around my children. Like, I'm not going to be like, so who are you? You know, like the girl from Friday.
Fool.
No, I'm not gonna be like that, but I do think because I want to be in your business, right, but because she's going to be around my children, and I would feel that the woman should give the man the same respect. You know, if she's going to put herself around another man and the children are going to be around that man, then her baby daddy needs to, especially if he is really active in the children's life.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Right.
But, you know.
Well, because I know, not being with my son's dad and making the move that I did, because I transitioned from New Orleans to another state to be with my husband. And I was like, even before then, I was like, hey, do you want to, I want to kind of set up a meeting so you guys could get, know each other. And he was like, nah, I'm good. I trust your judgment. But that really wasn't what I wanted, because I did want to kind of like connect, hey, make the connection. And honestly, they actually knew each other from childhood. We all grew up together. Well, not all grew up together, but them two actually grew up together on like in the same hood or whatever. But I still wanted him to know, like, look, this is the person who's going to be around your son. and eventually they did meet, but when I brought it up, eventually he was like, "Nah, I trust your judgment."
Yeah. Like we extended family now.
We
Yeah, I mean, like it or not.
because I don't really want to have holidays with you. No.
I mean, but if it's a good situation, I think
I don't want to have
I'm just that type of person also. Like, I feel like if, just say Sean was with this girl and I kind of took a liking to the girl because I'm over Sean. Like, I'm doing my own thing, right? And I took a liking to the girl. She treats my kids good. My kids like her. Then, no, I don't mind the both of you coming over Christmas morning to see the kids open up their gifts. I wouldn't mind that.
See, we got.
Am I naive?
My child. No, you can eat at your own goddamn house. You're not eating over here because
I said, am I naive?
I thought you said. I thought you said, can I not eat? No, nigga, you can't eat over here.
No.
No, you're not naive. That's just your personal preference. Me personally, I don't want you in my atmosphere. My home is my sanctuary. So if I don't want you in my personal sanctuary, no.
Hey, but look though, what if say your son was still younger, say like 8 or 9, and he'd be like, "Mama, can such and such come for?"
Yes,
for
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even to this day, if my son wanted his father and his family to come, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm a different person. I'm a grown woman.
Now, fresh out the relationship. Fresh out the relationship.
It depends on how the relationship ended.
No, that bitch can't come. But once I mature within what our situation,
in that 5 to 7 year gap,
that 5 to 7, I would be definitely okay with it.
Yeah, as long as she ain't on no bullshit.
Yeah, as long as ain't nobody on no bullshit, I'm okay with get along and doing what's best for the kids.
Always doing what's best for the kids.
Yeah.
And look, Doc, I want to ask you another question too, because there was another side of that story too, because Kelly was dating somebody, Roman.
Yes. Roman.
Little fine, chisel, little Spartan of a man.
Don't eat carbs.
Yeah. And he's like, whatever. I'm eating my pasta and my French fries, dude. But he wanted to meet Brittany as well, but Kelly was not ready for that. But he invited himself to a game that Brittany, like her soccer game. So Jason had already introduced Camille to Brittany. Camille was at the soccer game with Jason. Kelly was at the soccer game, but then Kelly's boy toy showed up. So if that were you, and let's say you were at a sports event, whatever sports your kids played, whatever kid it was, and you were with your ex, and your ex was with the person that you approved of, but you knew you did not want your person that you were dating to meet your child yet. If that person showed up at the game, what would be your reaction?
Pissed off, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like what you doing? I'm it's gonna happen when the time is right.
Right.
If I'm telling you this is not the right time, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Don't show up yet. So that's a red flag for me. Like, why are you so anxious to meet my daughter before I want you to meet her? Like what type of dude you are, what you on. So it's just
disrespectful.
And it's disrespectful. Like when I tell you
my space and my child who I hold to such a high regard, you're not respecting that.
Exactly. And maybe I'm keeping you back. Maybe she ain't over me and her dad not being together no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got this. If we're gonna be together, what's the rush?
Right. Right.
I thought that was so whack when I saw the episode and I was like, I know he did not show up. Yes. I would be livid. First of all, I really don't even give people context to anything that has to do with my even when I was dating before I got married.
Your immediate family.
No, if we wanted to date, I'm gonna meet you where I meet you. You don't need to know where my people stay at. You don't need to know where I stay at. You don't know where my kid goes to school at. I would even lie to some people because I'm just like, I don't even think I should trust you.
Yeah, that's them red flags though. And some people like they get over that and they keep on. I don't want to let them go. So you go on, and then when the relationship go crazy, once y'all in it, you like, what happened? Like that fool was showing you the shit before before y'all got into the relationship.
You told her next yeah, my daughter played for the Spartans, and next thing you know, all the Spartan games, she there even when y'all break up. Nah. Where are you coming from?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is so funny.
Oh, thank you so much. You are the first guest to christen our either the game, giving them the game, or girlfriend talk. We usually don't do that with our guests. So that's pretty dope. We thank you for giving your advice and what you would do. And first of all, we just thank you for being here, for coming on our platform and just, saying your piece. You were definitely well spoken with streets. I loved it, every part of it.
He didn't say beautiful, y'all, but
yes, I mean, just authentic. No, seriously, I'm an authentic person, and I can really dig that. So we'll definitely appreciate you. Where could people find you?
I mean, on my IG is Barack Obama, BADOC _ Obama, just like the first black president. Facebook, Doc Green. You want to get some beard oil? You got to copy me some beard oil.
Yeah.
It's
there you go.
EndureMBO.com. I got that. I got do-rags and all that, man. And my YouTube page, Permission to Speak podcast, just permission with the number 2 podcast. So yeah, that's it, man. And like I said, check out my podcast. I'm uploading every week, and y'all's up tomorrow. So that's on all platforms, just like y'all, Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, everywhere. Like Permission to Speak, man. Check me out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm so proud of you, because people, it's one thing to go to somebody and be like, look, this is what I want to do. I'm really thinking about this, but to like go through with it and be successful at it, like that's super dope. And I'm proud of you. I really am.
Yeah, congratulations, because you do have a really good following on YouTube for sure.
Thank you, man. Like I said,
people love you. They like to see them waves on swim, so they hate them.
Hey.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for being like, just great examples, And like I said, like when I saw Donna on Facebook, when she put, when I seen her with the mic and all the stuff, I asked her what she doing the podcast, and then just seeing y'all, like with y'all being locally, and I saw y'all on YouTube, and I just saw how y'all didn't bullshit. Like y'all had all y'all stuff, all y'all ducks in a row. And I was like, shit, when I start up, I can't be bootleg either. I got to start my stuff right. I need the audio, everything right. So like, appreciate y'all for the inspiration, man.
Well, definitely, we appreciate you. I'm going to speak for LaDonna because I know she does as well. We appreciate you for even saying those beautiful words, because that really does make us feel like we are in the right direction, because as you know, being a creator, a content creator, it can be frustrating. It could be like, who's listening?
Yeah.
You feel like you're at a dead end sometimes, but hearing you say that definitely means a lot to me. I'm sure it means a lot to LaDonna.
Yes.
And and we appreciate you as well, because you are doing your thing for sure. You are on the right path. We look, the name of your podcast is already like, it's a dope name. Permission to Speak.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Doc, for gracing us. You guys find him, Permission to Speak, on YouTube. You can find us at Two Dope Girls Pod at on IG, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Hit us up at Two Dope Girls Podcast. If you have any questions, you want to ask us anything, you want to be featured on the show, you want to be a guest, hit us up at asktwodopegirls@gmail.com. That's ASK, the number 2 dopegirls@gmail.com. And you can hit me up at GraceFace with 2 underscores on IG.
Yep. And LaDonna, at Naturally Pretty on IG.
Until next week, you guys.
Two Dope Girls.
Hi, thanks, Doc.
Dope.
Hi, man.
All right,
girl.
Dope girl, dope the dope girls, dope girls, dope the dope girls, dope the dope girl, dope the dope girl. Now